You might be wondering why you're still single, and it might feel like everyone around you is moving forward in their relationships while you remain where you are. But what if I told you that this isn't just a coincidence? What if there's a deeper, divine reason behind your singleness? Often, we view being single as something to fix, as if it's a problem that needs a solution. However, this season of your life could be a vital part of God's plan for you. God could be keeping you single for reasons that are beyond your current understanding, reasons that are meant to protect, prepare, and shape you into the person you're destined to become. By exploring these reasons, you might just uncover the divine wisdom behind your current situation and find peace in knowing that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Understanding why God might be keeping you single is not just about satisfying your curiosity, it's crucial for your spiritual journey and personal growth. If you don't recognize these signs, you might miss out on the valuable lessons and growth that God has in store for you during this season of singleness. This isn't about simply waiting for the right person to come along, it's about understanding the purpose behind the wait. Missing these signs could lead you to feelings of frustration, impatience, and even bitterness, which can cloud your judgment and steer you away from the path that God has laid out for you. By tuning into these signs and embracing the season, you allow yourself to fully engage with the lessons and blessings that God has prepared for you. This understanding can transform your perspective on being single, turning what might feel like a challenge into an opportunity for profound spiritual and personal development. One of the most profound reasons God might be keeping you single is because He is preparing you for something far greater than you can currently imagine. This time of singleness is not wasted, it's a season of preparation. Think of it as a period where God is molding and shaping you, preparing your heart, mind, and spirit for the purpose He has destined for you. This might be a calling, a mission, or a role that requires you to be fully grounded in who you are and deeply connected to your faith. Relationships, while beautiful, can sometimes be distracting. They require time, energy, and emotional investment that could pull you away from focusing on your personal and spiritual growth. God might be keeping you single because He needs you to be completely undistracted, fully focused on becoming the person He has created you to be. This could mean refining your character, deepening your faith, or equipping you with the skills and wisdom you'll need for the path ahead. Embrace this time as a divine opportunity to grow and prepare for the greatness that is to come, trusting that God is aligning everything perfectly according to His plan. Another significant reason why God might be keeping you single is that He is protecting you from entering into the wrong relationships. It's easy to feel frustrated when a relationship doesn't work out, or when it seems like everyone else is finding love while you remain single. But have you ever considered that this could be God's way of shielding you from heartache, pain, or even from straying off the path He has set for you? Relationships can have a profound impact on our lives. They can either uplift us or pull us down. When we are with the wrong person, someone who isn't aligned with our values, our faith, or our purpose, it can lead us away from God's plan. God, in His infinite wisdom, may be keeping you single to protect you from these kinds of situations. He knows what's best for you, even when it's hard for you to see it. Trust that His protection is an act of love, and that by keeping you single, He is preserving you for something far better than you can imagine. This protection might mean that He is preparing you for a relationship that will be truly fulfilling and aligned with His purpose for your life, one that will uplift you and help you grow in your faith and purpose. God might also be keeping you single because He knows you need time to heal from past wounds. We all carry emotional baggage from our past, whether from previous relationships, family dynamics, or personal experiences, that can affect how we approach new relationships. If these wounds aren't properly addressed, they can hinder our ability to form healthy, meaningful connections. God, in His kindness, may be giving you this season of singleness as a time for healing. This period allows you to focus on yourself, to work through any lingering pain or trauma, and to come to a place of wholeness before entering a new relationship. Healing takes time, And rushing into a relationship before you are fully healed can lead to repeating old patterns or bringing unresolved issues into a new relationship. God's timing is perfect, and He may be keeping you single to ensure that when the time does come for you to be in a relationship, you are ready, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Use this time to seek healing, whether through prayer, reflection, or even professional help, and trust that God is guiding you towards a healthier and more fulfilling future. During this time of singleness, God may be calling you to deepen your relationship with Him. Relationships with others are important, but your relationship with God is the foundation of everything else in your life. When you are single, you have the unique opportunity to invest deeply in your spiritual life without the distractions that a romantic relationship can bring. This might be a season where God is inviting you to draw closer to Him, to spend more time in prayer, in studying His Word, and in growing your faith. In this time, you can build a strong, unshakable foundation in your relationship with God that will not only sustain you during your single years, but will also be a cornerstone for any future relationship. A deep and intimate relationship with God allows you to understand His will for your life, to hear His voice more clearly, and to trust in His plan for you. This is a time to cultivate that relationship, to let God be your guide, your comfort, and your source of strength. As you deepen your connection with Him, you'll find that your singleness is not a burden but a blessing, a time where you can grow closer to the one who loves you most. One of the most reassuring reasons God might be keeping you single is that He is aligning the right person for you. It's natural to feel impatient when waiting for the right relationship, especially when it seems like everyone else has already found their match. However, God's timing is always perfect, and He may be orchestrating events in both your life and the life of your future partner so that when you do meet, the relationship will be exactly what it needs to be. Sometimes, both you and your future partner need time to grow, heal, and prepare before coming together. This period of singleness allows God to work on both of you separately, ensuring that when you finally do meet, you are both ready to enter into a relationship that is fulfilling, balanced, and in alignment with God's will. Trust that God is in control and that He is preparing someone who is perfectly suited for you, someone who will not only complement you but also help you grow in your faith and purpose. Waiting might be difficult, but it's essential to trust in God's process and to believe that He is aligning everything perfectly in His time. Another key reason God might be keeping you single is that He wants you to focus on your life's purpose. Every person has a unique calling, something that they are meant to do that contributes to God's greater plan. When you are single, you have the freedom and the time to fully commit to discovering and pursuing this purpose. Whether it's a career, a mission, a ministry, or a personal passion, this is the time for you to dive deep into what God has placed on your heart. Being in a relationship can sometimes divide your attention and energy, which might make it harder to fully commit to your calling. God might be keeping you single so that you can focus all your resources on what He has planned for you. By dedicating this time to fulfilling your purpose, you are not only growing in your own life but also preparing yourself for a future where you can share your purpose with someone who supports and complements it. This season of singleness is an opportunity to make significant progress towards your goals and to ensure that when you do enter into a relationship, you are already walking in the purpose God has set for you. God may also be keeping you single to help you develop emotional independence. Emotional independence means finding your sense of worth, happiness, and fulfillment from within, rather than relying on a relationship or another person to provide these things. In today's world, there is often a lot of pressure to find someone who will complete you, but the truth is, you are already whole. God wants you to realize that your value and happiness come from Him, and from the love you have for yourself. By keeping you single, God is giving you the chance to build a strong sense of self, to understand who you are, and to learn how to stand on your own. This doesn't mean that you don't need other people, but rather that you are not dependent on anyone else for your sense of fulfillment. When you are emotionally independent, you enter into relationships from a place of strength and self-assurance, which allows you to give and receive love in a healthy, balanced way. Developing this independence is crucial not only for your own well-being but also for the success of any future relationships. Finally, God might be keeping you single as a way of teaching you patience and trust in His timing. Patience is a virtue that is often tested when we are waiting for something we deeply desire, and trust is what keeps us grounded during that wait. By keeping you single, God is inviting you to surrender your timeline and trust that His timing is perfect. This period of waiting is not just about finding the right person. It's also about developing your faith and learning to trust in God's plan for your life. Patience allows you to wait without frustration or despair, knowing that God is in control and that He is working everything out for your good. Trust in His timing means believing that when the right person comes along, it will be at exactly the right time, and everything will fall into place according to His plan. This lesson in patience and trust is not just for your relationship status. It's a valuable life lesson that will serve you in all areas of your life. By learning to wait on God, you are building a foundation of faith that will carry you through any challenges you may face. In this season of singleness, it's important to remember that being single is not a sign of inadequacy or failure. Instead, it's a period of preparation, protection, and profound personal growth. God is at work in your life, aligning the right circumstances, the right people, and the right timing for everything He has planned for you. While it might be challenging to wait, trust that this time is serving a greater purpose in your life. Embrace this season with faith, knowing that God's plans for you are always for your good and that He is leading you towards a future filled with love, purpose, and fulfillment. Whether it's preparing you for a greater purpose, protecting you from the wrong relationships, or helping you develop emotional independence, God's reasons for keeping you single are rooted in His deep love for you. Trust in His timing, continue to grow in your relationship with Him, and know that when the time is right, everything will fall into place according to His perfect plan.